modifications. Here's where it gets interesting. This machine was built in the middle latter part of 2018 by Jaret Campisi when he was in Pennsylvania, ably assisted by Dado Rados, who did most of the mechanical work. There were a few things they had done at a dealership, but Dado is a very gifted mechanic, and he did most of the components that were buttoned onto this machine. I went back and looked at Jaret's video where they did the modifications, and I counted 21. There are more. If you looked at the individual pieces, there's several hundred that have been applied to this machine, but I'm going to say 21 major modifications. Some of them to look nice, some others to be performance strictly oriented, and yet in certain conditions you get a combination of performance and looks. The first one, and obvious, and what Jaret called this machine the all carbon, is because it virtually is just about everything on this machine. And you can see it's all matte carbon fiber bodywork and just about anything else they could get attached to. It's like they asked themselves while they were building it, hey, is this too much? And if the answer was yes, it is too much, they did it. I don't think there's a private owner out there that wasn't engaged in a build series that would go to the extent they did. I'm so happy they did it because it made such a marvelous machine for me, but really over the top. There's so many. You can go over them. There's the triple tree, there's the drop handlebars, there's the custom levers, the rear sets, the you can just go on and on and on. There are way many more than can be listed. Jaret on one of the videos did a list of the vendors and the bits that they got, and I'd urge you to go look that up and find it because this stuff is all great. So big mods, what are the big ones that they put on this? Well, sticking with the carbon fiber situation, two of the big ones are a full carbon fiber fuel tank. That's right, they replaced the standard fuel tank on this with one made of carbon fiber. I'm sure there must be a liner inside here. I don't know how carbon fiber does next to our gasoline, but there is carbon fiber. They saved a lot of weight. The other big one, of course, is a full carbon fiber subframe. The V4S and V4s, the V4 series by Ducati, ships with a tubular steel subframe. This is literally a piece of carbon fiber that's exquisitely crafted and bolted on. The other big one are the wheels, which are just about, for me, one of the best thing on this machine. They're carbon fiber with a red hue, and in the sunlight they go from dark to that red that you can see very well, and they're just really outstanding looking. I think that Jaret reached over the top with those wheels. People walk up and look at these wheels, and all the gearheads go like, those wheels, dude, those are the best. They are really beautiful. Hey, we're making progress here. The other big modification, and by the way, I have not mentioned on these big modifications, not a single one of them were less than about $3,000. So you're at $12,000 to $14,000, maybe a little bit more with just the 3 or 4 big ones that I mentioned. The other one is a full titanium Krapovich exhaust system. But full titanium Acra exhaust system with the tune to match it. So that is where they picked up a lot of valuable horsepower, lost a lot of weight as well. In fact, and the other funny comment to make, I've already complained about the heat on this thing, it actually opens it up a little bit so that you don't have quite as much heat as you do on a stock machine. I can't imagine that, but that is true. So I did a few modifications myself, not so many. I found a couple of pieces of that were not carbon fiber, like this key area here, this key cover, and I changed that. There's a couple of carbon fiber bits, engine covers that I added, and hey, it's the 21st century, so I added a cell phone charger and takeoff here, and a place to mount the cell phone, which, by the way, I highly recommend that. It's just a quarter turn and you're on there. I've never had it come off, but I can charge it on the go, and its greatest use is, of course, via your Bluetooth in your helmet. I'm assuming so many of you have that as I do, and of course GPS to tell you where to go. Let's pause for a moment. What are my favorite modifications on this machine? What would I try to do if I could buy this machine and afford to do the modifications myself? Well, exhaust and tune, absolutely. Everybody does that anyway. It's kind of a given. The tail tidy up there. These are not in any particular order, but that's 1 and 2. I love this clear clutch cover. I wish more manufacturers made those an aftermarket item, because I just think it is so cool to start up and watch that clutch spin around. That is totally awesome. And then, of course, the last thing are those wheels. I just wish you could see those wheels, because they are outstanding. I hope they come out in this light, because they look really, really good. Those are my particular favorites. I'd love to hear what your comments are about the modifications, and what do you think would be your favorites, and any that you think that perhaps you wouldn't do.